Back with, we finished with Indian economic development, and now in this, we are going to do the guidelines for a project work, which takes 20 marks. Now, why is the project work so important? The importance is that whatever theory that you've learned, you have a chance to delve deeper into it and relate it to the practical life. Like, for example, if you just if you just thinking about practical practicality, like, for example, whenever you read a topic, there are so many misgivings that come your way, so many doubts, or you don't agree with everything that is written. And you also feel that no, it could be written like this, or it should be like this. So when you are doing a research, you're given that chance of giving your viewpoint. After researching something, you can always come to a conclusion, and sometimes really it really becomes a research work to reckon with. It becomes a recognizable work. So here, children, it is your chance to to enjoy learning as it is. So I want you to see this, like, what is a project work after all? It takes 20 marks, as we see. So what does project work do? It exposes students to life beyond, say, textbooks. It gives them a chance to observe on the topic that they are studying, to observe around them. If there is some connection, then they can gather information, to share information or whatever their viewpoint is, and also to analyze it finally. So what are the guidelines for a project work? Like, we have, well, like, talking about it, what are the objectives? Why do you think that a project, so let's just take, what is the meaning, what is the importance, what is the scope? So when you're talking about project work, so what is all this? So the basic objective is to go deeper into theoretical concepts that you've learnt in the class, and then to analyze and evaluate the real world economics scenarios using theoretical knowledge that you have learnt, or the arguments that you have learnt. And then you can sort of apply that economic theory that you've learnt, or economic whatever textbook knowledge that you have, and you can see if it is applicable, or you can really see certain things practically. So, and then another very important thing is that once you know your matter well, you know what you can do? You can argue logically. So, and for this, the importance of this is that the teachers really play an important role in this, because they help in developing this thinking skills of the learners. And the teacher should select topics based on, first of all, should see what kind of student it is, and can give them projects based on their interests, and make available to them published extracts from the media, the government policies, the Niti Aayog reports, or the World Bank, the UNDP reports, and have discussions on them, discuss it in class. So in a way, you supervise their work, you become a facilitator by carrying out periodic discussions, either in the class, or as you can call students and talk to them. And a very important thing is that let the students know that it should be their work or their interpretation totally, because, and if they have taken up the secondary data, they should know, rather they should quote the sources of the information. That way, we will know that their research is authentic, and we'll also know that their interpretation is their own. And then, regarding the scope of any project work that you take up, anyone for that matter. So when you choose the topic, then you have to make sure that give a good introduction, a small introduction to that. Then most important is that you will find out, or you will identify the causes, consequences, and also the remedies, and also find out who are affected by them. Whatever you're doing, who will be affected by this, by the topic that you've taken up, or whatever you are writing. Will it really make a difference to somebody? So that, then important thing is that you're going to give the advantages and disadvantages of the issues that you have identified, or the topic that you have taken up on. Then suppose that you have given some strategies in the course of research. What would be their short-term implications or the long-term implications? This is very important. Another very important thing is that the data has to be valid, reliable, and should be relevant to your research, to your work. And again, let us see, it should be a valid secondary data that you've taken, or even go around collecting primary data if there is a problem. If the secondary data does not suit your study, go and get primary data for that matter. And then presentation is very important, and we have learned presentation techniques. You can use pie charts, you can use graphs, you can use tables, you can use curves, frequency curves, etc. Whatever, however you want to project or you want to show, which makes it easier to understand. And then whatever you write, the writing that you do should be very clear and understandable. And again, bibliography is the most important. Very important to give the person the due from where you've taken all this. So the next I'm going to tell you about the marking scheme perhaps. So that is it. Makes, really, I mean, project work is such an important and an easy way of, and a happier way of learning things. Just imagine a class, if it's given in a class, if we have around say 12 topics, and if a topic is given to a group of 3 or 4 students, and ask them to prepare that, what a great subject matter you will get. And imagine if it's not just writing, it's also listening, understanding from the others. If we can do this, learning and teaching will be much more interesting.